Hello and welcome back, KMA, trash friend, family, students, and anyone within earshot of this video. I trust that you weathered Dahlia nicely, and if you were actually quite affected by it, then I pray for a speedy recovery. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the storm. I want to talk about the storms of life. I want to do a little after action review lessons from this storm. But what I'm going to talk about really applies to all the storms. And so let me start by saying this. During this storm, as in any other storm, there are two extremes. And that is, there's the extreme where we take it too lightly, we don't prepare at all, and we're like, oh, that's, where it's almost comical, and like I said, you haven't prepared. Like for the storm in this case, there's electric backup devices and water and things to be prepared. And then the other extreme, of course, is people that are really panicking, right? Buying everything up and expecting the worst. And the mean, because the virtue is always the mean between two extremes, is where you make sure you're prepared and you prepare for the worst, but you expect the best. Pray for the best and prepare for the worst is what we say here. And the point of the story, and by the way, I want to put a shout out, just a quick aside before I get on to the rest of the lesson, to so many leaders in Florida in preparation of the sword. Governor DeSantis, love him or hate him, however you feel, is irrelevant to the fact that he did an amazing job of preparation, as did all the leaders that, of course, worked with him on it. To include, this morning I was watching, Hernando Beach got slammed, and the civilian vehicles, not even the fire rescue vehicles, are able to get into many areas because they were so covered with water, so deep, and the National Guard could, though. And so the National Guard was doing rescues, and that was just one indicator. And by the way, there was a lot of things I heard about, like all the gallons of gas that he had ready to go and all the things. So there was all kinds of preparation that we didn't need. And then there was some of it that we actually used. And all of that is good preparation. That is leadership. And it's leadership, whether we're talking about, like in that case, on a government, a state level. It's leadership, whether you're talking about for your own little organization or family. It's even leadership when we talk about preparing ourselves. Because when I talk about the storms and being ready for the storm, and when I talk about the fact that we should, another one for us in Krav Maga, of course, is violence. Is we spend a lot of time preparing to deal with, a self-defense situation, and I pray that none of my students ever get to apply that aspect of what we do, because by definition something's gone really bad, right? Like they're here training to defend themselves against stick attacks and knife attacks and gun attacks, and God willing, none of them will ever get to apply that knowledge. On the other hand, it's good that they prepare to. And it's true like that with so many things. See, here we train the mental and physical and emotional training to be ready for the storm that's a weather event, the storm that's a self-defense event, and any of the other many storms of life, things that can happen, whether it's from financial stress or emotional stress or professional stress or relational stress or something that creates the storm. Of course, the most important part to any challenge, to any storm, is how we react to it. Life is 10% what happens and 90% how we react to it. And a big piece of being prepared is the training of the mind and body and emotions to react better, to react well, to react calmly, decisively, and intelligently, in spite of what could be something that could cause somebody a less trained person to respond emotionally poorly or rashly. To say, sometimes it's something as simple as a situation where, in a moment of duress, people say to other people things that later on they wish they hadn't said. So Sometimes you got to slow down to go faster. You want to be prepared for the worst in every situation and in every way, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And, the training is similar. Rather, we're talking about whichever kind of storm we're talking about, whether it's a health problem, whether it's a financial problem, whether it's a relational problem, whether it's a storm, whether it's violence, whether it's bullying, whether whatever it is, the storm of life. We want to be prepared. We want to train to be able to respond in the best way. And then we do that. And then we do that. And then when the thing is done, you look and you do an after action review and you say, okay, how did we do? And you prepare for the next one. Prepare to live, empower to lead. I'm Sean Steve of Krav Maga Martial Arts, and I'll see you soon. Hey, Luis Acosta. Wow, good to see you. All right. Make it a great day.